I understand you're a kind-hearted person, but it's crucial to realize that not everyone shares your values or intentions. We often hold on to hope for people around us and wish for a better world. However, if we aren't careful, we can easily end up being hurt by those who don't have our best interests at heart. Sadly, toxic individuals can cross our paths more often than we think, and recognizing them is important to protect ourselves. You may know someone who appears charming on the surface, but regularly inflicts emotional harm and manipulates the feelings of others. Sometimes these negative behaviors are so subtle that we hardly notice their impact until the damage is done. Let's explore some of the signs that might indicate you're dealing with a toxic friend, one who undermines your happiness and affects your well-being. Such people might consistently criticize you under the guise of helping, or they might act like your biggest fan while quietly sabotaging your efforts. It's essential to stay aware because toxicity can come from anyone, even those closest to us. A friend, rather than a stranger, can often be more dangerous, as their closeness gives them easier access to your vulnerabilities. Toxic friendships can chip away at your confidence, leaving you feeling isolated, anxious, and even questioning your worth. Today, I'm going to share 9 signs that there is a toxic friend near you and what you can do if you see these signs. Before we jump into the first sign, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy learning about how to maintain healthy relationships. Keep in mind, not everyone is cheering for you, and some people feel threatened by your growth. True friends will always want the best for you, but toxic ones may pretend to be supportive while secretly hoping you fail. Now, let's get into the first sign. Number 1. Passive-aggressive behavior. One of the most obvious signs of a toxic friend is consistent passive-aggressive behavior. This person may express hostility in indirect ways, such as backhanded compliments, sarcastic remarks, or pretending to be just joking after an insult. Imagine a friend who makes a snide comment about your recent achievement by saying something like, "Wow, I guess they'll let anyone do that now." This might seem subtle, but it's intended to make you question your success and feel inadequate. A toxic friend often uses this kind of passive aggression to undermine your confidence while maintaining the appearance of friendliness. They may also use subtle digs disguised as concern to make you doubt yourself or feel embarrassed. These tactics are designed to manipulate your emotions and confuse you about your own worth. If you frequently find yourself feeling uneasy or second-guessing yourself after interacting with a particular person, this is a strong sign of passive-aggressive toxicity. Over time, this type of behavior can erode your self-esteem and make you overly dependent on their validation, creating an unhealthy cycle where you are constantly seeking their approval while receiving nothing but negativity in return. Number 2. Constantly competing. Toxic friends may see every aspect of your relationship as a competition. Rather than being genuinely happy for your accomplishments, they may downplay your successes or quickly shift the conversation to something they have done. If you mention getting a promotion at work, for example, a toxic friend might respond by immediately talking about their own achievements, often exaggerating them just to ensure they win the conversation. They may even make it seem like their accomplishments are far superior, even if they aren't relevant to your conversation. This kind of behavior can leave you feeling invalidated, as if your accomplishments never measure up. Such individuals are often driven by insecurity, which makes it difficult for them to celebrate others without feeling inferior. The constant need to compete creates an unhealthy dynamic, where, rather than feeling supported, you feel like you're always being measured against unrealistic expectations. This environment can drain your energy, making you feel like you're on an emotional treadmill, never able to rest or feel content. It's important to recognize the competitive patterns and set boundaries, ensuring that you surround yourself with people who appreciate you without always needing to compare or compete. Healthy relationships should lift you up, not bring you down with constant comparison. Number 3. Emotional unpredictability. One major sign that you're dealing with a toxic friend is their emotional volatility. This person might change moods abruptly. One moment they're overly kind, and the next they're cold or even cruel without warning. This unpredictability keeps you on edge, making you feel as though you have to tiptoe around them to avoid triggering an emotional outburst. Think about a friend who seems perfectly fine and suddenly, for no clear reason, lashes out at you for something trivial. One day they may praise you, and the next, they may criticize you for the very same thing. You may feel the need to always manage their emotions and carefully gauge your words. This emotional roller coaster can take a significant toll on your mental well-being, leading you to feel anxious and uncertain about where you stand with them. It's important to recognize when someone's erratic behavior starts affecting your mood, as this unpredictability is a common form of manipulation. They use these mood swings to keep you in a constant state of anxiety, never sure of what might set them off next. Setting firm boundaries is essential to prevent yourself from being continuously dragged into their emotional drama. Over time, distancing yourself from emotionally volatile individuals is the healthiest step you can take for your own mental peace and well-being. Number 4. Dismissing your achievements. Toxic friends often dismiss your accomplishments, making you feel like what you've done isn't good enough or significant. When you share good news, they may say something that minimizes it, like, "Well, it's not that hard to do," or "anyone could have done that." This belittling serves to downplay your efforts and keep you feeling small. Imagine spending months training for a marathon, and when you finally finish, your friend dismisses it with, "A lot of people run marathons. It's not that big of a deal." Such responses are intended to crush your excitement and diminish your hard work. These individuals often do this because they feel threatened by others' successes, so they try to keep you from recognizing your own potential. Over time, this can erode your self-esteem, making it harder for you to acknowledge your own accomplishments. They may even try to take credit for your achievements or imply that you wouldn't have succeeded without their help. This continuous minimization can make you doubt your abilities and undervalue your successes, leading to an ongoing cycle of self-doubt and dependency on their approval. It's crucial to surround yourself with people who recognize and celebrate your victories, no matter how big or small, and avoid those who seem determined to diminish your joy. Number 5. Gossiping about you behind your back. Another concerning sign of a toxic friend is that they talk about you negatively when you're not around. If you hear from others that your so-called friend has been spreading rumors or sharing your private information, it's a clear signal that they do not value your trust. For example, imagine discovering that a friend shared something deeply personal you confided in them. Not only is this a betrayal, but it also indicates a lack of respect for your boundaries and privacy. Gossiping is a way for toxic individuals to feel powerful and to maintain control over how others perceive you. When they spread rumors, they create an environment where they can influence opinions about you, often making themselves seem more significant by comparison. They may use your vulnerabilities as ammunition to make themselves appear more interesting or important to others. Trust is foundational to any healthy relationship, and if someone betrays that trust by gossiping, it's crucial to reassess whether they truly belong in your life. No one deserves to have their personal stories twisted and used as gossip fodder. Establishing boundaries and distancing yourself from people who do not value your privacy is essential for your emotional well-being. Number 6. Always playing the martyr. Toxic friends often position themselves as perpetual victims in every scenario. No matter what happens, they find a way to make themselves the one who's been wronged, never taking accountability for their actions. If you confront them about something that bothered you, they might twist the situation to make it seem like you're being unfair or cruel to them. For instance, if you point out that they were late and kept you waiting for an hour, they might respond by saying how difficult their day was and imply that you're heartless for not understanding their struggles. This manipulative behavior forces you to feel guilty and question whether you're the problem, even when you're simply asking for basic respect. Playing the martyr is a tactic to divert attention away from their behavior and to ensure that they remain the focus of sympathy and care. They may even exaggerate their difficulties to gain your compassion, making you feel responsible for their well-being. This constant victimization can wear you down, making you hesitant to voice your concerns or needs as you fear being cast as the bad guy. It's important to recognize when someone is manipulating you into feeling excessive guilt and to realize that everyone, including you, deserves respect and kindness in a friendship. Number 7, making everything about them. If your friend constantly redirects every conversation back to themselves, this is a significant red flag. It could be a subtle form of self-centeredness, or it might be more blatant, with them interrupting you mid-sentence to discuss their own life. Picture trying to share something difficult that happened at work, only to have your friend interject with, "Oh, that reminds me of when I..." and the conversation suddenly shifts to them. This behavior shows a lack of empathy and an inability to engage with others in a meaningful way. They may often dismiss your problems as less important than their own, or only offer superficial support before diving into their own stories. Over time, this one-sided interaction can leave you feeling unheard and unsupported, as if your thoughts and feelings do not matter. Friendships should be reciprocal, where both individuals feel valued and listened to. If someone repeatedly disregards your need to share or be heard, it's a clear indicator that they might not be capable of providing the kind of support you need. Being able to genuinely listen is a key part of any meaningful relationship, and a friend who cannot do this may be incapable of truly caring for you in the way that you deserve. Number 8, pressuring you to change. Toxic friends may pressure you to change who you are in ways that make you uncomfortable. Whether it's altering your appearance, changing your interests, or behaving differently, they subtly or overtly push you to become someone who fits their idea of who you should be. For example, they might criticize your clothing choices and say, "You should dress more like this if you want to fit in." Or they might dismiss your hobbies as unimportant and try to pressure you into taking up activities they find more acceptable. This can make you feel like who you are isn't good enough. True friends accept and celebrate your individuality rather than trying to mold you into their version of the ideal friend. They might also make you feel as though you need to change in order to keep their approval, adding an additional layer of pressure and discomfort. Over time, these comments can accumulate and cause you to doubt yourself, altering your behavior to accommodate them instead of staying true to yourself. If you notice that someone is consistently trying to change you rather than encouraging your growth in a positive way, it's important to take a step back and evaluate whether this relationship is healthy. Surround yourself with those who inspire you to grow authentically without forcing you to be someone you're not. Number 9, lacking genuine joy for your successes. When you accomplish something meaningful, a true friend will be genuinely happy for you. Toxic friends, on the other hand, may feign interest but subtly undermine or avoid celebrating your achievements. Picture landing a new job you're really excited about, and when you share the news, your friend responds with a lukewarm, "Oh, that's cool, I guess," or even changes the subject altogether. This lack of enthusiasm reveals their inability to feel happiness for you, especially if your success somehow threatens their ego. They may even find ways to criticize your achievement or point out potential downsides, such as, "Well, I heard that company has a lot of issues," just to dampen your spirits. Such behavior is damaging because it denies you the joy and validation you deserve for your hard work. Over time, being around people who fail to celebrate your successes can make you feel that your accomplishments are less valuable, or even that you should avoid sharing your happiness. Everyone deserves friends who lift them up and celebrate their wins without jealousy or resentment. It's essential to recognize when someone isn't capable of being happy for you, and to seek out those who genuinely support and celebrate your growth and successes. If you've made it to the end of this video, I'd love for you to comment, "Let's prioritize our well-being," down below. It's important to keep the positive people in our lives and let go of those who continuously drag us down. Toxic friends can create an environment of doubt and stress, overshadowing the support and positivity we need to thrive. Identifying these behaviors early can help us maintain our mental and emotional health. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more content like this. Let's continue to support each other and make wise choices when it comes to our friendships. Until next time.